Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. I am Jamie Beth. Today we're going to talk about demonic possessions that happen to be real. So real life demonic possessions. And it's just so crazy to comprehend that this could have actually happened. The belief that evil spirits can possess humans has been terrifying people throughout history. And that's probably why the history of exorcism is littered with horror stories, such as the ones I'm going to tell you now. Now, some of these I do believe I have mentioned in other videos, so I apologize, but the craziness is behind them is that this actually happened or has been documented to have happened in real life. And we're going to go ahead and talk about some of these real life demonic possessions right now. So we're going to talk about The Exorcist. And The Exorcist is a movie that came out back in the day, and it was based on a true story of a young man being possessed by a demon. Exorcism came to everyone's attention when the release of the 1973 film The Exorcist, which was based on the book The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. The author drew from the real-life exorcism of Roland Doe, but the exorcism has been part of virtually every religion throughout recorded history. Ancient Babylonian priests performed exorcisms via voodoo-like rites. Ancient Persians were saved from demonic possession via holy water. And the Bible recounts many times when Jesus Christ cast out demons from people believed to be possessed. Moving on along, we are going to now talk about the exorcism of George Lukins in 1778. So this George Lukins was, he was just doing some odd things, like singing hymns backwards. He was speaking in weird voices, like he could change his voice to sound like something completely different than what he normally sounds like. And then he was also making really inhumane noises. There was a ceremony that was held in this Bristol's Temple Church where 7 priests commanded the demons who apparently had taken over Lukins' soul to leave. So when the ceremony was over, Lukins recited the Lord's Prayer and thanked the priests. This was one of the few recorded exorcisms with a happy ending. Gottliebin Dittus in 1842. So in 1842, German villagers noticed strange goings-ons at a home of a 28-year-old woman named Gottliebin Dittus. Dittus claimed that her house was haunted and soon began slipping into this like strange trance-like state. It was only when a religious pastor commenced an exorcism that things truly went nuts. Dittus became extremely violent, requiring physical restraints to hold her down for 2 torturous years, during which the pastor performed various exorcism rites. Dittus vomited glass, nails, and blood. Finally, Dittus informed everyone the demons were gone and stated that Jesus is victor. Moving along to Clara Germana Cele. This happened in 1906. So a 16-year-old from South Africa, Clara Cele, was heard making a pact with the devil and soon began behaving erratically, tearing her clothes, growling, speaking in tongues. In 1906 and 7, 2 priests performed exorcisms on Clara, during which her skin burned when it touched the holy water, and her body actually levitated before 170 witnesses. After this noxious smell was observed leaving her body, Clara was deemed free of evil. We're moving along to Anna Eklund, and this happened in 1896. Anna was not her real name, but it's the one people associate with the classic American case of demonic possession. So the real girl that that we're talking about right now, we actually don't know her name. She was born in 1882, and her father actually accused her of being possessed by the devil when she was 14 and refused his sexual advances. So after several years and 2 lengthy exorcisms, interspersed by foul play, thanks to Anna's father's lover, a woman named Mina who practiced black magic and introduced another demonic possession, Anna was finally freed of her demons in December of 1928. Okay, moving along to Michael Taylor. When Englishman Michael Taylor, a husband and father of 5, met 21-year-old pastor Mary Robinson, his frequent bouts of depression seemed to ease. In part, Taylor believed it was due to Robinson's ability to exorcise demons plaguing him. After Taylor's wife confronted Taylor about a possible affair with Robinson, he physically attacked her. This led to an actual exorcism by 2 ministers that took place on October 5th, 1974. Michael had seizures, spit at and bit the exorcist, and screamed in tongues. The next day, he brutally murdered his wife. He wasn't convicted, however, because of the defense argument that the exorcism had made him insane. Now we're going to move on to Anneliese Michel. Like Michael Taylor's exorcism, Anneliese's story also ended in murder. Only it was Anneliese who was murdered. The German woman's demonic possession was actually an undiagnosed brain disorder, possibly epilepsy or schizophrenia. But being a religious young woman, Anneliese welcomed exorcism to help cure her. After 67 attempts, each unsurprisingly unsuccessful, the 23-year-old succumbed to starvation. 2 of her priests were convicted of homicide, as well as her parents. Now, they did make this exorcism into a movie too. It is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard of that or seen the movie, but this is based on this exorcism of Anneliese Michel. The exorcism of Gina is next. So in 1990, Reverend James LaBarre oversaw 3 exorcisms, all sanctioned by the Archbishop of New York, Cardinal John O'Connor, and the Vatican. One of these exorcisms was of a Florida teenager by the name of Gina. Strapped to a chair, she screamed and barked unintelligibly while the Reverend pressed a cross into her face and told her supposed demons that if they wanted pain, he'd give it to them, meaning, of course, the helpless Gina. Ultimately, it was antipsychotic drugs that was given to Gina that gave her some relief. In 2003, an autistic 8-year-old boy named Terrance Cottrell was killed during a prayer service that was intended to drive out the evil spirit supposedly causing him trouble. The official cause of death is mechanical asphyxia due to external chest compression. Terrible. Meaning, in so many words, he was suffocated. The Reverend Ray Hemperhill, who had performed the exorcism, reportedly sat on the boy's chest until he stopped breathing. And this reverend was convicted of homicide for killing this poor little baby. Maricica Irina Cornici. Romanian nun Maricica Irina Cornici was 23 when she began hearing voices. She thought it was the devil talking to her. Bound to a cross, gagged with a towel, and left in a dank convent room for 3 days without food and water, Cornici died of suffocation and dehydration. So those are some stories of some crazy real-life exorcisms, and unfortunately a lot of them resulted in the death of the people that were being exorcised. It's so sad. If you liked this video, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, as well as the notification bell next to it to be notified of all of my upcoming videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.